It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes, because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, this defense for the Texans, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, they run with Edmonds. And out across midfield down to the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now back to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
And he will have a Titans first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
Here we go. 70 Timberwolves.
They'll run on first down, Edmonds. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Edmonds running out of the shotgun, and he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1.
Now a give to Edmonds. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll look to throw. Right side complete. That's Woods. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. On the handoff, it's Edmonds. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So backed up to the 6 now. 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. And it's a Titans touchdown.
Traylon Burks.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Titans are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive.
Leading him out, the former Stanford man. At quarterback, it's Davis Mills.
And what a performance in his last game. A couple of touchdown passes, that was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
The numbers on the ground for Pierce last week.
24 carries, 115 yards, and a touchdown.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Josh Allen. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
On third down, here's Mills. That's underneath to Pierce.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, able to get the completion, but unfortunately not able to get the third down conversion there on that play.
And I like how the defense approached that one. They knew where the first down marker was, and they decide whatever you want to have, you can. You're just not going to get the first down. Excellent tackling right there.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return, and it'll be Titan football.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Phillips.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Here's Edmonds. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run with Edmonds again. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
67 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Let's go now. 60 vices, 60 vices.
We got 4. We got 4.
Ready, go.
They'll run with Edmonds. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. On the ground, it's Edmonds, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Austin Hooper from 6 yards away.
And the Titans have taken the lead.
There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game.
And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Throwing, Mills.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down.
Josh Allen, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's complete to Mooney.
That'll give them 8 that time, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here, just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So here are the Titans to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Pressure comes, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
We had a pretty good idea that they were going to pressure this young quarterback, and that's now 2 sacks here in the first quarter.
And yeah, this is a secret to exactly nobody, because if you're a rookie quarterback, you know you're going to see pressure. Defenses want to see how you're going to handle it, or if it forces you into making bad decisions. That's their goal.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt.
And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive.
And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line.
Brought down on the play by Amani Hooker.
But both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave him some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed them off with that run.
Pierce will try to pick it up.
And they're going to get the first down here as he's up to the 14. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
The Texans at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Gets the dump off to Pierce.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
From the gun, here's Mills.
This one complete to Mecole Hardman.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Mills now looks to throw on first down. That's complete right side to Kmet.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Mills to throw it. And this will be caught by Mooney.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
Looking to throw is Mills.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On 2nd down, this is Edmonds.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it.
And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score.
Now the try here for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Tennessee offense set to go again. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
That catch for his career is number 731, and that's the number that Calvin Johnson ended with when he stopped his career in 2016.
Yeah, what could have been for him. So maybe now what we'll see is someone else continue to elevate their game and put this number well in his rearview mirror. I think 800, not out of.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now Mills.
Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That one goes for 24 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Pierce.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Mills.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
Josh Allen able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
3rd and goal, Mills. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 34. And his kick is indeed good, and they take a 17-14 lead.
So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Another carry now for Edmonds. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. They'll look to throw here. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Texans will take over. So here are the Texans to take over. Last week they got the victory against the Colts. So they lead this one as well as they begin things here 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Mills. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Mills now. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. It's Roger McCreary with a pick, and the Titans are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
The Titans now just about ready to take over. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. It's caught by Hooper. And the Titans are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the 1st half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. Now Edmonds. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. Edmonds again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Austin Seibert sets up for the field goal try. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Seibert able to knock this one through, and that will tie things at 17 all. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Texans offense set to regain possession. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Pierce now up the middle.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
To throw, Mills. Cooks on the quick slant. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. On 3rd down, here's Pierce.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
47 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
First down, Mills.
That's caught left side by Hardman. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Give to Pierce.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
The offense on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
Here's Pierce. We'll get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Here's Mills.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Darnell Mooney.
A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans have broken the tie.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
Let him know, let him know.
Watch twitch, watch twitch, watch twitch.
On 1st and 10, Mills.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Malik Collins able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
They won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Mills.
Open man is Jordan, the tight end.
And out of bounds right around the 20. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Out come the Titans now.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Ready? Liking 18. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
Right here, guys. Mike 51, Mike 51.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
That pass taken in by Burks. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Oh, what a catch by Burks.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
51, Mike. Mike 51. Hey, come on now, come on now.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his fifth catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
They'll look to throw again.
Over the middle into the hands of Burks. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30. So now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So the face mask moves them closer, and now 1st and goal. Back to throw again. Eluding, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A very costly sack there on 3rd and goal, pushes him back big time. And now you'd figure the field goal team coming on 4th.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. He'll look to throw.
This ball complete to Rager. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Over the middle, complete. That's Phillips. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Seibert's kick is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. Mills on 1st down. He's got his man. It's Pierce.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. To throw again on 2nd down.
Mills.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard stripe. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over.
The Titans offense going to get one final possession in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
2nd and 3. And he'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports halftime report. Time for a look around the NFL here in week 3 of the new year. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the Colts on top as that one approaches halftime. Traquan Smith, a touchdown reception. From there, we're off to check out another game. And at this point, they trail the visiting Baltimore Ravens. 2 touchdown passes for Kirk Cousins there. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And that game's all tied up as they play the visiting Jaguars. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
From the 29, Mills finding Hardman here over the middle. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Going for it with Pierce. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. This offense #1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got them another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First down, they go right back to Pierce. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the 41, Mills. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. A huge play there for Houston. 43 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now a handoff for Pierce. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, Mills. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Darnell Mooney with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted. which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22.
Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third.
They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
88 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
It's complete. Burks.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's second down.
Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Back to the ground on first down, Edmonds.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. He'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
A run for Pierce out of the gun.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down.
Throwing, Mills.
He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Mills' throw taken in there by Cooks.
And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14.